Hi, Jimmy.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
A little bit upset.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I was told I was going to be on the cover of Oprah magazine in 16 days.
Darn it.
And I don't know that there's room for 3 of us.
Well, you have to start your own campaign. I started a campaign, and it's envisioning something, and it came through.
You know, this laziness is really starting to bite me in the ass.
Yeah, I know. You're so lazy.
Really?
You work harder than anybody. Oh, actually, it's Ryan Seacrest and then you, I think. I think you're the second hardest working man.
Well, because he's got tanning, he's got tip
Yes,
frosting to go through, so...
No, his hair's dark now. He's given that up, I think, because he knew it was too much...
You think so?
Yes.
Well, you should talk to him just to make sure he stays on that path.
I will. But you look great. And
Thank you.
Here's my question, though. You walk out here every time you're on the show, and you zoom to the chair and sit down, and you never dance. Everybody else kind of dances, and I know that you love music, and I know you were a DJ.
I was. The reason I was a DJ is because when you're the DJ, you don't have to dance.
Oh.
You hide behind the record players.
Oh.
And then, and plus, I'll tell you another thing. The only time I dance is when I'm very, very drunk. So on the day that you do see me come out dancing,
you're drunk.
Be really careful.
Okay.
Because there's going to be trouble.
Yeah.
I was a wedding DJ, actually, so there wasn't a whole lot of, the bride and groom would dance, but I hated it. It was a terrible job. And it wasn't like with Tony, he gets to bring his computers. I had to carry crates of records around. It was really a terrible job, though, because it's, most people only get married, 4 or 5 times in their life.
Yes, that's right.
So if you screw up their wedding, it's a big deal, and I screwed up a lot of weddings.
In what way? How would you screw it up?
Well, like, for instance, the first dance is it's an important part of the wedding, and they pick their song, and the bride and groom will dance together for the first time as husband and wife, and a lot of times the records would skip during the first dance. So it would be like, my love, there's only you in my, and that's a terrible, terrible thing at a wedding. Oh. The worst thing that ever happened to me at a wedding, and I swear this is true, most people who aren't Kardashians plan their weddings months in advance, right? So you have a meeting with the bride and groom, and they tell you what kind of records they want to hear and what songs they like, and you write it all down. And you say, do you want to cut the cake? Do you want to have a bride and her dad dance? You want to have mother? Yeah, okay, whatever. So you do that in advance, and then you really don't talk to them again until that day. So that day, I play the dance. The first dance was with the bride and groom. Then the bride and her dad danced. And then I said, and now we'd like to bring the groom and his mother to the dance floor. And immediately and spontaneously, everyone began weeping, crying. Because what they didn't tell me is that Mom had died somewhere between planning the wedding and that moment. Oh, it was much more horrible than this. So I'm standing there, and I don't know what to do because everyone's crying. And at first, I'm like, why is everyone? Is this song bad? It seemed fine to me. It's Peabo Bryson. Who doesn't like Peabo Bryson?
I love him.
So what I do is segue right into the next record, which is "Celebration" by Kool and the Gang.
Oh man.
Wasn't a lot of dancing going on.
Oh no.
It was bad. I've done Halloween weddings too.
Really?
That's when you know marriage is going to last, when the bride is dressed as SpongeBob and the groom is a vampire. They're ridiculous. They really are. They're just like, I can't imagine that people will look back at that and say, like, oh, yeah, remember you were a sea monkey and I was, and I was one of the Rugrats and think, yeah, that was a great idea.
Oh, God. How long did you do that?
I did it for 2.5 years in college. And I finally had to, I was either turn to drugs or quit.
Well,
so I quit.
Smart. You quit.
I did.
And now, speaking of Halloween, you said you did Halloween weddings. Do you get into Halloween? Do you like it?
No, I don't like it.
No.
I don't like anything, really. I'm not a lot of fun.
Oh.
I don't like... I think Halloween tells you a lot about people. Like, all of a sudden, there's... somebody you work with is a slutty nurse, and then there's, slutty fireman... slutty dog groomer, slutty everything all of a sudden. It's like, it's unseemly. And I just think it's for kids. And the pressure on me personally, as far as what the costume is, I can't just, cut a couple of holes in a sheet and go as a ghost. And so they expect something clever from me, and I have nothing to offer. And I don't plan ahead, as evidenced by the Oprah magazine thing. So What I do is, maybe on the day of Halloween, I will go to the costume shop and I'll pick up whatever they have on the floor and make a half and half Halloween costume. One year, I did this by accident. I happened upon this costume shop. I had to go do something. I found like some metallic gloves, and I found a beard, and I found a robe, and I found like a big helmet, clear astronaut's helmet, and I went as Space Jesus.
You probably didn't run into another one like you.
No, I was the only Space Jesus, and it was very popular. So the next year, I was like, all right, I got to do this again. So I found another beard, black this time. I found a big stovetop hat, and I found a chicken outfit. And I went as Abraham Chicken.
That's great.
And now we do it on the show every year. We come up with what we call half and half Halloween costumes. So we'll have like C-3P Oprah, or the Indiana Jonas Brothers. We had, I wrote them on my hand. Oh, Barack Aquaman, half president, half Aquaman. And we do it, and it's very popular. But it's a great tip if you can't get something together. Just put two things on.
That's even better, to be more creative than just going to the store and just getting something in a box.
Thank you.
Well, you say you're not a lot of fun. I'll tell you what. First of all, you are a lot of fun. And another thing about you that people don't know, you volunteered for Habitat for Humanity recently, right?
I try to do a lot of volunteer work as long as there are cameras there to record it.
Good, good. What did you do exactly? What were you doing?
Well, theoretically, we were there to build houses for families that didn't have houses to live in. But the truth of the matter is, we got like about 70 members of our staff volunteer. We went on Saturday, and we were very excited. You know, like, hey, we're going to do, this is called work, and regular people do it, and we're going to do this. You know?
Right.
So I went out there with the staff, and we realized that we had no idea what we were doing, and that we were of no help whatsoever to the contractors that were there. So we all stood around cheering while someone hammered a nail into the wall.
Right, right.
Whoa!
I got him.